So the question this episode is, what show is it that you rewatch? Like you can watch anytime, like you put on as your background show, whether it be a Housewives or a Friends or
That's
something.
that's exactly what it is. It's a background show. I can do a million things. I can cook, I can clean, I can work, read my emails, and that's just on in the background. So yeah, so Real Housewives of New Jersey, Friends, Modern Family, and The Office. Those are like my four. I'll probably always have one of those shows on in the background.
Nice. Cool.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelli, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelli.
And I'm Lori.
Well, we are going to recap our night last night. We went to City Winery in New York City for the first ever Page 6 virtual Reali-Tea award show.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a Page 6 deal. I thought they were just there doing their thing.
No, virtual reality is part of which they have so they have a podcast, those two gentlemen.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't
Yeah,
realize
and they're
that.
part of Page 6.
Oh, I didn't realize they were part of Page 6. Okay. I get it.
Lori didn't. So we were one table out from the stage, and the table that was right up against the stage was people from Page 6 and Cadillac, who was another big sponsor.
Yeah.
Ever revolving table of people sitting
Very
and
odd.
leaving, and
Very odd.
somebody else coming and sitting down and leaving, and
Yes.
somebody else coming and sitting down. It was very interesting to watch.
Yeah, very odd.
Very odd.
But the people were nice. I mean, the Page
Super
6
nice.
people were awesome. The Cadillac girls were awesome. We had
Mhm.
a girl who did Jessel's makeup. She was sweet as pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was a good time. So some of the reality stars that were there were Melissa and Joe Gorga, and I was able to talk to them a little bit. So I asked Melissa, because, they just announced recently that Wife Swap is coming out, and Melissa is going to be on that. Joe was there as well, and I asked her how her experience was with Wife Swap, and she said, it's different. She said there's a lot of crying. She's very emotional. It's a very emotional experience. So I'm kind of excited to see something different, because we're not, we're only used to seeing her as a housewife, right? We've not really seen her do anything but. So she's going to be in a different environment with a civilian, like a non-housewife person. That's who she's swapping with. So some of the people that were announced that are doing the wife swap are Melissa, Wendy Osefo from Potomac, Emily Simpson from Orange County, and Angie Castanevis from Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to that. So I told Joe and Melissa while we were talking to them that I'm rewatching Real Housewives of New Jersey. I said for the 30th time. Obviously, it's not the 30th time, but I have rewatched it a couple of times. And listen, I do it because, I mean, isn't there like a show that you've watched like a million times, like Friends? Like I'll watch Friends over and over and over again. Modern Family, I'll watch over and over and over again. Jersey's obviously my favorite housewife franchise, so that's why I watch it over and over again. And I honestly, every time I watch very closely, and I'm like, was I missing something? Like, because I obviously don't like Teresa. Everybody who listens to this knows that. You two definitely know it.
Definitely.
Yes, we do.
But I do always go into watching it when I do rewatch it. And again, I just rewatch it because if there's nothing else I'm like into right now, other than the current shows we're recapping, it's just something to watch.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not
missing
change
anything.
your mind with a
I never
rewatch.
change my mind every time. I'm like, no, it's her fault. It's her fault. The christening, Joe Gorga definitely was responsible for, but everything that happened after that is her fault. Sorry, I stand by it.
There you go.
Anyway, I'm not like some weird stalker. I just rewatch it sometimes, like I rewatch Friends and Modern Family.
So I think that's the question we're going to have for this episode, because we decided every episode we're going to ask our audience a question so that they would engage with us and let us know their thoughts. So the question this episode is, what show is it that you rewatch? Like you can watch anytime, like you put on as your background show, whether it be a Housewives or a Friends or something.
That's exactly what it is. It's a background show. I can do a million things. I can cook, I can clean, I can work, read my emails, and that's just on in the background. So yeah, so Real Housewives of New Jersey, Friends, Modern Family, and The Office. Those are like my 4. I'll probably always have one of those shows on in the background.
Nice. Cool.
Okay. So some of the other people that were there were Alexia and Marisol, because they did receive an award. Galena from McBee Dynasty was there, and she did come out on stage as well. To give, who did she give the award to?
She gave
Blur.
to Sheena?
Yes, she gave it to Sheena.
Yes,
So
yes,
Sheena
yes.
Shea. Sheena Shea was there and she got an award, and Galena gave her the award. Kelly Ben-Simone was there, but not on stage.
She never came out.
No, but so was also Michaels from Southern Hospitality was
Yeah,
also
but
there.
he came out and gave Marisol, at least he came out on stage.
Yeah, Jen Fessler was there. She never came
Oh,
out
yeah,
on
she never
stage.
came out on stage.
Gretchen.
Let me just tell this quick story, because
Okay.
this is a great story. I'm not a fan of Sheena's, so I listened to her for as long as I possibly could, because I just think Sheena is full of shit. I don't believe a word that comes out of her mouth. I listened to her for as long as I could, and I said to Lori, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm getting up. I'm taking a walk. So Lori got up with me, and my good friend was helping me find somebody with a cigarette, because I was foolish and didn't bring cigarettes with me. Anyway, we're walking out of the venue to go outside to hunt down a smoke. And Lori walks up to someone and says, "Oh my God, you follow us, don't you?" And the woman was like, "What?" And you're like, "We're from We Wine Whenever. You follow us, don't you?" And she was like, what'd she say? Like, "No, but maybe I should."
Maybe I should, yeah.
I turn around to look. It's Jackie Goldschneider, who
Thought she
clearly
was
does not
someone
follow
else.
us.
No, I
Because even
thought
if
she
she
was
did
someone
follow us
else.
before, she's not following us now.
No, I thought she was someone else. I thought she was this, what's her name? Jill Varian or somebody?
Jill Zarin.
Jill Zarin. She follows us. I thought it was her.
Jill Zarin follows us.
I
Yeah,
don't
she
know if
does.
Jill Zarin follows
I
us.
believe that she does.
We'll figure it out.
We're gonna
But
have to
once I
check on that.
realized it was Jackie Goldschneider, I gave Lori one of these. Cut it off. We don't want to know her. We don't want to know her. I don't even know why she's here. I don't even know if they let her into the stage part. They were probably like, nobody in there wants to see you, honey.
It's
Yeah.
so funny. You guys got up. I didn't even know you weren't there.
I knew you had no idea we even left.
I did not even know you guys were not there. I
knew it.
I was so enthralled with what was going on.
You, yeah, no, you were laser focused.
I had a job to do. So yeah, Jen Fessler was there. She never came on stage. Gretchen Rossi was there. She did come on stage.
She gave Phaedra her award, right?
She gave Phaedra. Julia was there from Miami. She also came on stage with Marisol and Alexia.
She gave Alexia. She and Michaels came out to give Alexia and Marisol their awards.
Jess from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was there, and her husband, who is very handsome with that beard. I didn't recognize him, to be honest with you. I was like, who is that guy?
I didn't recognize him either. He's very handsome and he's so incredibly sweet what he said. So he gave her her award and he just said the sweetest things about her to her. I love him.
Yes. And Phaedra Parks was there. I think that is all. So there was a couple other people there that I don't really know.
Candace Dillard opened the show with 3 songs.
Yes, she did.
Was great. She did a good job.
Earl the Pearl was there.
Earl the Pearl was there in the audience.
In the audience. Yes, Earl the Pearl.
Lori said it looked like he got some hair plugs.
For sure, he definitely got hair plugs.
So, yeah.
It's good. And the reason he was called out in the audience is because the gentleman hosting the show asked Phaedra if she would ever do Love Hotel, and she said, of course. And then that's when they pointed out that Earl the Pearl was in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun night. We had a great time.
Yeah, it was a fun night.
Did.
So we took the train into the city, and then we got to Penn Station, New York Penn Station, and we were going to take the subway downtown. Kelli had never taken the subway before. Ever.
51 years, never went on the subway.
And I thought that it was, and we got the true subway experience.
We did.
Because the car was packed.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we had a gentleman, a very large gentleman, big guy, make an announcement that he was mentally ill and needed $7.46
Very specific amount of money.
And could anyone help? And was not meek or mild, made a huge big announcement with a booming voice, and then proceeded to walk through the train with his like crumpled up Dunkin' Donuts bag open for you to drop the money in. I was like, but it was
He
perfect
was
for Kelli.
polite. He was
He is polite. He is
polite.
polite.
He thanked us, and he did thank us. And a portion through the train, someone must have given him $1 because he changed his count. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
realize that.
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
yes.
Yep.
So he changed his count when he got the $1. So I was like,
Yes.
all right, well, he's
So he-
honest about his needs.
And he can add and subtract.
Yeah.
He did get right off that subway car with us, though. I don't know if
Oh,
you
he
guys
did?
noticed that.
No, I didn't notice that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He walked right off that cart and went on his merry way.
Okay, that's
So
good. No,
I don't know if he made his money, didn't make his money, but
well, I mean, can get on another train. That's how it works.
For
down
And
there.
I'm quite certain that was the goal for the whole entire night.
So
Right.
after we get off the subway, we go up the stairs, and we're trying to decide like which way to walk, and we see this psychic reading.
Yeah,
And
tarot card.
like tarot cards, and we look up at the window because we're at street level, and there's a woman standing in the window, and she's like waving us in. She's on the phone, and Lori mouths up to her how much, because we're not walking up the stairs.
I did like this.
Yeah. Oh,
The
I thought you
universal
mouthed to her.
sign.
Okay.
The
Oh, that
universal
okay.
sign.
I was like,
Yeah, she says she's putting her fingers together for the people who are listening to us.
yes.
And then the woman held up two hands, letting us know $10. I'm like, okay, $10. I mean, we can walk up the stairs for $10. Oh, for $10, what you got was a face reading. I was like, what's a face reading? She's like, well, I just look at your face and tell you what I see. And I'm just like, okay. So Lori went first. Do you want to share what she said about you, or you don't have to?
Well, I'm going to see what. Quite
What, you
frankly, I'm going
remember?
to see what I remember.
I know.
I know.
A couple bottles of wine later. Oh, I think she said I was open and honest. She did really pinpoint a very difficult year with the date, and she was very accurate with that. Other than that, I can't remember what she told me. She told me some lucky number, some lucky days. I didn't pay attention.
You don't remember them?
No.
Okay. Yeah, let me preface this by letting everyone know that we drank a bottle of wine on the way into the city on the train. Once we got on the train, we had a bottle of wine between the three of us.
No. We started the wine before we even boarded the train. On the train platform.
Yes, that is true.
Absolutely.
That is
We weren't even waiting for the train.
Very
Right.
classy. We kept it
Yes.
very classy.
Listen, and we were going to bring solo cups to pour the wine into, but I decided that coffee cups would look classier and not as obvious.
Yes.
So I brought
Paper coffee cup.
Paper
coffee cups.
cups. So we finished the wine
Don't
on
get
the
it
train.
twisted.
Yeah. And then we got to Penn Station, and before we got on the subway, we didn't have any more wine. So in Penn Station, we bought another bottle of wine, which we filled up when we got off the subway for our walk to City Winery.
Right.
So
we had our cups filled with our second bottle of wine by the time we went to the tarot card reader.
Hence why I don't know what my lucky days are.
So then Kelli went next. And Kelli, do you remember what she told you?
Yeah, so a couple of things stand out. She did tell me that my lucky numbers are 2 and 6, which they really aren't. But 2, 6, 26 is Joe's birthday, so I'll take it. At least they mean something to me, She did tell me that my third eye is open,
which I'm very jealous about.
I'm very intuitive, which is, it's true. And I've told Wendy and Lori this over and over. Every time I've gone to a psychic, they always tell me I have the ability. If I harnessed it, I could do it. I don't harness it. I don't want to do it. But I like that my third eye's open. And I always feel like my third eye's open. I always feel like I know I really, I can read the room and the person.
Unlike Brittany Payman.
Right.
Gosh, yes. Yes. We'll talk about that when we talk about soulmates.
Yeah. And she also told me that I'm with my soulmate. So that's always nice to hear.
Absolutely. How many years later?
1999, 26 years later.
There you go.
So it's nice to hear.
Definitely.
Very good.
And she also told me that I need to stop focusing on my problems and start focusing on the solution, which I thought about a lot today.
Yeah,
I think
stop giving so much attention to. She said, "Stop giving so much attention,
like the negative things."
To the. I can't remember exactly what she said, But it was something to that effect.
Like, start focusing on the solutions,
Mhm.
which I need to do. I know I need to do that.
Didn't she say something about your aura also? No?
The wine
Okay.
creates a fog. I
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I'll be honest with you, sh when she got to me now, you already know I already drank a substantial amount of wine at this point, and for whatever reason, I guess it's my Irish in me, when I drink wine, my face gets red.
Right.
So, the fact that she's reading my red face, I felt like just really wasn't fair. That's how I just wanna preface it like that because,
She's not giving incorrect reading because her face is red.
Pretty
my
much what she
face.
said when we walked out of there.
Yeah. Because
I think
alright,
that reading was unfair.
yeah, I don't think it was fair because my face was all red. But what she did say that I do remember is, she didn't give me lucky numbers or lucky days, so she didn't give me that. But she said that I was a male in a former life, and I agree with that. That's what I remember. Oh, and something I needed to balance my chakra. Don't know what that
Yes.
means.
Yes.
Don't know how to do that, but that's what I need to do.
We're gonna look into it.
Yeah. So that was an interesting take, right, on our
She
psychic
also
thing.
did tell me that Wednesdays and Fridays are my lucky days, and those are the days I work remote.
There you go.
So that was interesting.
Wait, she also told me that summer is my time.
Yes, she did say that to
Summer's
you.
my time, and that's when I'm happiest. And she said that I shouldn't make any decisions unless it's in the summertime. So don't make any decisions now because
Right.
summer's over.
There you go.
Right.
So
But you got a long way to go because
You
summer
got a long
just
way to go,
ended.
baby.
yeah, so I'm
So
sorry. I
you
may
can't make
not.
any decisions for quite some time.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta yeah.
I'm not going to be listening to that.
Yeah, no, that was fun. Then we walked. To the pier, which
Wasn't that far?
it was a decent it was a decent walk. Lori and I were not wearing the appropriate shoes, even though last week we said on the pod that we were
That we
basing our
were
outfits
smart.
off
We
of the
were going
shoes.
no. Only Wendy was intelligent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'll be honest. I was very disappointed when we got to Penn Station, and I'm not going to mention who, but somebody took their shoes off because their shoes were that uncomfortable. I was like, we just got off the train. How
It
could the
was
shoes
that
be?
quick?
Yes, it was in Penn Station. She took off her shoes. I'm like, already. I said I'm not mentioning who. It took off their shoes in Penn Station. There were socks on though.
There
I
was
will say that.
whatever.
We had fun though. We really
We
had a
did
good
have a lot of
time.
Really
fun.
had a good time.
We
Yeah.
laughed.
Like, again, so the first people we saw on the step and repeat were Melissa and Joe, and they're so sweet. They remembered us, which is always nice. Because we have met a couple of times, but they're just very, very nice. I'm so glad we got to speak with them.
And she in person is absolutely stunning.
She is.
Stunning and not like not like super heavily made up and
No.
she's just you can just tell looking at her that she's just naturally a very beautiful woman.
Yeah. And Jess from Mormon Wives, I thought the same thing about.
Mhm.
Stunning as well. I totally
Yes.
agree with you.
Yep.
I didn't realize that, Lori. That's actually the first time you've seen her in person, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because Kelly and I have seen her a couple times.
Yeah, a
Like
couple times. Yeah.
yeah,
We have,
we've met her in person a couple times. But yes, she does, and she's tiny. You don't realize how tiny she is, but she is very tiny.
Yeah. When if Phaedra Parks happens to be listening, Wendy and I both said it. You look beautiful as a redhead.
Yes, yes.
The red hair, it's just, I know she likes to, switch it up and do different looks, and she's a beautiful woman, clearly. But the red, man, she just stands out.
All right, so I'm going to give you another little bit of tea. So after Melissa, she got her award, she sat down and she was talking to the hosts. And one of the questions was about the news that had come out this past week that Teresa is open to moving forward in working with her, basically, was the question. And the audience was kind of like silent at that point. And Melissa pointed, to the audience. It's like, well, you know, there's the answer. She goes, but I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm not going to leave you hanging. I just basically you know, for the last year and a half, there's been nothing. I think the timing is a little,
Suspect. Mhm. Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
She just
So,
thinks it's strange, as do all of us.
yes, we totally agree with that. So, I think that's it. Can you think of anything else that we should tell them about that we
I really liked the we went to Pier 57. So they have that, I don't even know what you call it. It's this park that's kind of over the water on these funky white I don't know. Look up, anybody listening, just look up Pier 57 and you'll see it. And they had an amphitheater there and all these gardens. It's really fun.
Yeah,
It's really
no, that
great.
was a beautiful space. It really was.
And I
Yeah.
thought the food was really good at
That
Yeah.
dip
yeah,
platter was so
yeah.
good.
The food was good.
Yeah.
So it was a
It
lot of
was
fun.
it was definitely a lot of fun. I would go again.
Yeah.
I hope they do this every year. And I think that's it for it, right? Let's move on to we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season
Mhm.
6, episode number 1, Hot Dogs and Hearsay.
I can't
All
believe it's
right.
6 seasons already.
I know, right? So we start out with black and white with a camcorder like the Blair Witch Project.
I was
That's
gonna
exactly
that I had that written down. I have very a la Blair Witch Project.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's exactly what I
But
was
the
thinking.
intro was very, like, almost like a tad cheesy, overly
Like a
dramatic.
scary movie or something.
Yeah, but even just I don't know, it was just very dramatic.
Yeah, no, it definitely was dramatic. I think that's what they were going for. I
Mhm.
mean, and they're on train tracks, it looks like at one point, the cameras are the typical.
Jittery and all that, yeah.
Yeah, typical, right. And Mary's asking, "Why are we here if we're not friends? There's something wrong." And then that
Yeah.
kind of ends. Then the next thing we see is Angie pulling up in front of Mary's house, driving the Class A RV.
I can't believe she was driving that.
I
Yeah.
can't believe she was either. Good for her, because we find out that her and Sean wound up getting an RV a few years ago because they
Probably
like
during
to.
COVID like everybody else.
Yeah, but lucky they have a professional driver, so Teague is going to be driving them. She just wanted to show off her driving chops, just to
Yeah, good for
say that
her.
she did it.
Mhm.
So Angie says, after the reunion, actually, she doesn't say reunion for whatever reason. She says after New York because they don't
They
like to
always
say
do that.
reunion.
I know,
I
so
mean, we all
stupid.
know it's the reunion, so I'm
Right.
going to say it after the group. There was fractures in the friend group, and the ladies don't know that they're going to be sleeping in this RV. And I thought to myself, "Ooh, that is a big surprise to spring on these ladies,
Oh, quite the surprise for them. Oh, yes.
right?"
And, what do you guys think of Whitney's hair?
She was a redhead,
It was
right?
it was a very odd color. I was not a fan of it on her at all. And it's not even it was like a pinky re it was
Yeah.
odd, and I think she's actually very pretty, but I was not digging her hair.
I'll be honest with you, last year, she had dyed her hair red because her daughter is a redhead, and she did it in solidarity for her daughter because I myself can tell you, redheaded children get made fun of.
But did she come out and say that's what was happening?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yes, that's why she wanted to, like, show her some love for the red hair. And
Okay.
it's so funny because I so remember it when I was a kid, like, Carrot Top and all the redhead jokes, right? And obviously, I hated that. You don't wanna be different as a kid, but that is, like,
Right.
my favorite thing now, like, and
Yeah.
I can't
You
believe
don't
that.
even have to color your hair, it's ridiculous.
I know, right? But I
Yeah.
can't believe still today that kids are making fun of people because of their hair color. Like,
Think
what
kids
is
are
wrong
worse
with
today.
kids?
Because they just pick anything that
Right.
you know what? You know what it is? It's just classic deflection. If I say something about you, then you're not gonna have time to say anything about me. So,
Yes.
you know what I mean? And that's how kids roll, unfortunately. And you know what's very odd is that every time, like 98% of the time, when I see somebody out and about who has red hair, I actually stop them and compliment them because it's just so absolutely gorgeous. Like anytime I see anybody with red hair, their hair is just so gorgeous. So it's
Thank you, I appreciate that. I do, honestly, I do, because I wanna tell Whitney's daughter, I can't think of her name, it'll come to me, but
Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby, that's it. Yep. You are going to grow to love your red hair,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna wanna dye it. And by the way,
Mm,
you're not gonna be able to dye it because red hair is different. You're not gonna be able to dye it, you're not gonna wanna dye it, and you're going to love it. It's gonna be one of your favorite attributes when you get a little bit older and realize that they're just jealous.
Right.
Yep, they're just jealous. That's the only
Right.
reason they're saying it.
So the next stop is the beauty lab, and they're going there to pick up Heather, Whitney, Brittany, and Bronwyn. And one of the ladies asks, "Where's Lisa?" And they're like, "Lisa's not going," which is odd. The RV pulls up and the ladies are shocked to see that this is how they're, going to be leaving and going on this little mini vacation, which again, this is also only one night. This vacation
I
is
was
one
just going
night.
to say, weren't they going for one night?
It's
Yeah,
one night.
just one night.
And Brittany thought they were going somewhere where she could wear a bikini.
Yes.
But that's because that's on the invitation. It did say bikinis,
yeah, it did say that.
boots, and there was a picture of a pier. So, she wasn't that far
Yeah,
off the
it
mark.
was a little
Yes.
the invitation was definitely misleading.
Yes, it said, bring your bikini, boots, and blessings is what the invitation said. And she did show up actually wearing the bikini, which considering they're in Salt Lake City and there was snow on the ground.
That's what I'm saying. You were
little
only
odd.
going away for a night. Where did you think, unless she thought they were going to like one of those like hot springs where like,
Yeah, but what do they know? I believe also on the invitation was a plane. So maybe
Yeah.
she thought they were
Yeah.
getting on a plane and staying, going to an island overnight or something. Who knows?
Right.
Get that, but my point is you'd pack the bikini. You don't actually have to wear it. Like she was
What
wearing it.
what did Heather say? Unless she's going to a pool party at a senator's house.
Yeah,
Mm.
because
I don't know where you would wear that outfit to.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Well, I mean, it's all part of the show.
It is.
Listen, Brittany's obviously doing whatever Brittany has to do to get attention.
Almost.
I have it in my notes. She's
her
like a
MO.
toddler.
Yes, it's
She's
her
like a
MO.
toddler. And they need to stop feeding into it. Just stop. Just stop giving her any attention. If she starts talking, just talk over her and talk about something else because she's exhausting. I can't believe she's back. She's just a friend of, though, right? She's not an actual housewife?
Nope, she's not in my picture behind me. No, just had to double check. Nope. So they all get on the bus and Bronwyn is like, I didn't realize she was a germaphobe. And these small spaces, she's kind of like freaking out. And then all of a sudden, the RV is surrounded by SWAT team.
This was amazing.
This is reminiscent of the Jen Shah, with the FBI and the ATF and,
So good.
They get on the bus and they ask for, Whitney Rose. And we find out that she hired the SWAT team strippers.
I love it.
I love it
Good
too.
move, Whitney. Good move.
I love it too. It was
fantastic.
Great.
Fantastic.
Right? Angie said if they weren't so young, it would have been a little bit better, the strippers. And Mary is like, no. And where are their muscles? I thought that was so funny.
It's so funny. Yeah.
How about when they say they're going
large?
Yeah.
No.
When they say they're going an hour south and Brittany's like, oh, we're going to go past my house. And Mary goes, good. Maybe we could drop you off. I just want to hang out with Mary one time.
Most definitely.
Right?
Well, I definitely want to hang out with Mary.
But I don't I want her to like me. Like I don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
If she's not taking
Right. I don't want to be on the receiving end.
No. And the scenery, when they were driving to get to their destination was really very beautiful. They did a lot of like drone shots so you could see the topography. And it was really, Utah is really beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
So they all do shots of tequila and Heather asks, where's Lisa? And Angie said, well, it was not clear. She said she had to work out of town. And then they cut to Lisa telling Angie that she doesn't want to spend the night with Bronwyn. She's a pathological liar. But I also have a work thing. I will be with Ben and Blake, just to drop a few names.
Yeah, I don't want to drop any names, but I'll be with Ben and Blake.
I don't think
I'll be with Ben. I'll be
flex
no,
anymore.
not a flex, but I'll be with Ben Affleck while you're with Bron.
Yeah,
I have a feeling Lisa's really going to annoy me this season, and I've always been a big fan because of her hair.
Yes,
Kelli likes her
she has, and I've always said she's the most annoying. I'm not a fan of Lisa's, but Kelly's always stood by her because she likes her hair.
Like for real.
I know.
That's what it comes down to.
I know. Whitney doesn't think she's working. Brittany said she brings up that how dare Whitney say that because she's being dragged on social media for her MLM. And I was like, where's this coming from? Whitney said to Brittany, how do you make money? Sucking dick? I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like,
yeah.
That was hard.
Brittany jumps in and says, Lisa's a really good friend of mine. And we're just like, what?
She's so delusional.
Odd pairing. It's a very odd pairing.
Delusional. She's so delusional.
Like, I'm not going to let someone throw shade at her if she's not here. And then they pull up to the campground and the ladies are shocked. They thought that they were going to some like luxury home. Meanwhile, it's like all muddy and there's a picnic
dumpsters
table.
and
there's dumpsters,
old school buses and broken down campers and
Yeah.
Right. They find out that they're actually sleeping on the RV. And Mary's like, I don't know how my name got attached to this trip because, like, this is not me. Like, no.
Does that RV even sleep that many people, though? I know it's a big RV, but
I mean,
Not
normally they sleep like 6. There's how many? There's Angie, Mary, Brittany, Whitney, Heather, Bronwyn, Meredith.
how many is that?
Is that it? That
Yeah.
is only 7. So maybe
Yeah,
it
it's
does.
not.
it probably does sleep 7.
Okay.
Now, I liked when Brittany was going on with her big ass kiss routine. And then after Whitney makes the alcohol remark, and she swigs the bottle of the liquor, like, I was like, oh,
Here we go.
here we go. Yeah.
So they're sitting at the picnic table eating their sandwiches because that's their lunch, right? And Brittany stands up and says that she has a little activity plan for them and she hopes it's okay with the hostesses because she didn't clear it with them. And since she's the video girl, she brought some camcorders for them and they're going to make a little video diary. Okay.
Okay.
Angie seems to be on board with it. She thinks it's a great idea. Heather loves being in nature. Angie said it feels weird that Lisa's not here. Whitney said, I read online that there are a lot of crazy accusations. And that's when Ronwin kind of drops it. Like, it's convenient that she's not here when she's involved in all of these lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
Bronwyn said, Lisa is the one always calling us out for being liars. And then we find out that she's in at least 5 lawsuits between her and her husband and her businesses. That's
And
a
they've
lot of
all heard
lawsuits.
about it. Like even Mary was like,
Yep.
it's all over.
It's on the Tribune. They kept saying it's on the Tribune. It's in the Tribune.
Yeah, in the Tribune, yeah.
If it's in the Tribune, it must,
It must be true.
And
right.
at first I was like, when they made the comment, who made it? Angie, about
Jen
comparing
Shaw.
Lisa to Jen Shaw.
Yeah,
And
how
when
about
she
that?
said it at first, I was like, oh, now that's not really comparable. But then Bronwyn is right, though, that it's, for Angie to compare Lisa Barlow to Jen Shaw, but then it's okay for Lisa to say that Bronwyn is as bad as Jen Shaw. And then I was like, you know what? She's kind of right. Then,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, like, was Angie's point, like, Jen didn't tell us about anything going on in her businesses, and then all of a sudden the SWAT team showed up and took her away. And Lisa's now not telling us anything about her business. Is that what the comparison was?
I think that's what Angie
All right,
meant.
so she's not,
But it's certainly not how it came out.
right. And it's not that Lisa's doing anything illegal. I mean, businesses get sued.
Right.
We have no idea what these allegations are or if there's any merit to them.
Well,
But
I do
but she's
have
not
them.
talking about them. She's not being
I do
honest.
have them on my phone,
Okay.
the allegations.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. So the public lawsuits are regarding alleged unpaid loans to her companies, Lux Marketing and Vita Tequila, from a former business partner and a financial services corporation. One of the lawsuits were dismissed. Let's see. So
So she
our
probably paid it.
former business partner, Bart Carlson, sued Barlow, claiming she owed him over $400,000 for loans to keep her businesses afloat. Barlow denied the claims, stating the accusations were untrue and that Carlson has no investment in Lux Marketing or Vita Tequila. Let's see.
So this must be the guy with the jazz ticket.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So in June 2024, Bart Carlson was the one who sued for $400,000. Carlson was a former friend and business partner of Barlow, alleged that he loaned her money from 2010 to 2018 for her personal business expenses. And due to their close relationship, the loans initially had no formal repayment schedule. Barlow's lawyers filed a motion to dismiss the case in August 2024, and the motion to dismiss was denied in October, and the case was allowed to proceed. Then there's this lawsuit from William McGarry, August 2024, sued by a Georgia finance man for another $400,000. McGarry claimed he loaned the money to the Barlows through his trust to cover raw material costs for Vita Tequila, but that case was dismissed 3 days later after it was filed, though it was dismissed without prejudice, meaning it could be refiled later. Some reports speculate that the case was settled. but the reason for the dismissal was not officially disclosed. And then there's Financial Services Corporation sued Vita Tequila and John Barlow in May 2024, alleging, I suck at numbers. I guess this is $1,000,005.954.6 in unpaid loans. That's $1 million, right? I think
I
so.
see it, but it
Yeah.
sounds like
Yes.
it.
And Lisa was not named in that specific one, but John Barlow was.
So it sounds like it's all like investors looking to maybe not investors, but people who loaned them
Well, it's
money.
business related. Yeah.
But yeah, it's all financial.
So it says Barlow's defense. In her defense, Lisa Barlow and her legal team have maintained the following. There was no enforceable contract regarding the alleged loans. The lawsuits are a fanciful tale created by the former associates. Barlow has always paid her bills and financial obligations. So I don't know.
I don't know
mean,
either.
it could all be bullshit. It could all be bullshit.
It could.
You know, they could have been investors and now saying that they were only loaning them the money under the pretense that they would pay them back. You know,
Yeah, who knows?
who knows? It could all be bullshit.
It could. It certainly could.
But
and Meredith
if
did
it's
say
in the
that.
press,
Yeah.
you should talk about it because if not, you look guilty.
Right. And then when you don't show up for an event on a show that you normally film and it's the opening, the first show of the season and you're a no-show with that going on, it's just not a good look.
Or if your attorney's telling you you can't talk about it, that's all you say.
Yeah.
We've seen housewives say that for years.
All the time. Right.
That's legal. My attorney has asked me not to speak about it. Okay. That's it's literally all you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Nobody can argue with that.
It's true. And Meredith does bring up the point that, borrowing money is a part of doing business. And it does sound like all of these loans, or loans in quotation marks, because there's supposedly not proper documentation to say that they're loans, were business related, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So Heather jumps in and because she doesn't want to badmouth Lisa and said that she's not going to sit here and talk about Lisa when talking to Bronwyn, saying you just got caught lying about a $4 million necklace. Okay, one has absolutely nothing to do with the other.
No,
it doesn't. But I'm going to say this: it did give Bronwyn the opportunity to be honest and acknowledge what she did, and she did.
Yeah.
She took that
yeah,
opportunity.
I thought that was really, really big of her. And that's one of the things where you get those little moments sometimes in Housewives where you're like, okay, some of this is not totally scripted, because for her to come on and to admit that she acted in an immature way in order to be cool, which was her words, that's,
Yeah. No, I thought that was a great moment.
Yep. She took ownership in it. And, like you said, now we give her a little more credibility, right?
Yes.
I do.
So whatever Heather was trying to do, it almost backfired because Bronwyn, I thought, came out looking better after she
And really
took accountability.
all Heather had to do, instead of all this dancing about, was say, look, we don't know what's going on with Lisa. She's not here to talk to us about it, but whatever it is, she's part of our group. Let's all try and be supportive of her. And that's all she had to say.
That's all she had to say.
No, but then she doubles down and says, does anyone know what it's like to be on a trip with all your friends and them talking about you? And Mary said, well, I know what it's like. Actually, I was on a trip with all my friends and I went to bed and then they were talking about me.
I mean, that's all they do is talk about each other. So that's
all you guys do is talk about each other.
Right.
It's kind of, yeah, I don't know where you're going with that.
So yes, I believe everyone sitting there has had this happen to them.
Right. And Angie says, listen, I'm not saying anything here I wouldn't say to Lisa. I would say it to her face. And Heather's like, well, if you do tell her, don't say that I was a part of this. Like,
she's so scared of her.
All right,
Yeah,
Heather, we know that you're not a part of it.
And then they start talking about how Lisa says things about all the other ladies, and they flash back and she's talking about all of them. She's saying something about all of them.
Yep. Every single one of them except for Brittany. She didn't have anything to say about Brittany. But that's
really odd.
Very odd. But that's when Brittany decides she has an announcement that Jared and her got engaged. It's really.
And then they got unengaged.
Yep.
This is what I mean. When she gets up and says, guys, I have an announcement, they should just completely ignore her and start talking about something else and start talking louder. Don't give her any moments.
That's crazy.
She sucks. She sucks on this show.
It sucks that she has to stand up every single time and say she has an announcement. Like, where did she?
And cling on the thing like she's at a
Guys.
wedding.
Yeah, like sit down.
So then Angie has plans for this trip. You're either going to go fly fishing or you're going to go kayaking.
Wait, how about when Whitney said that she sees Jared at the gym all the time?
Yes.
And he's
And he-
introducing her to girls he's on dates with.
He appears single.
Yeah, he appears single. Do you really go to the gym for a date? But I guess if that lunch spot is that good, maybe you do.
You know, and believe me, I am in no way, shape, or form defending Jared. But I mean, he could be sitting there having lunch with somebody that he saw at the gym. It doesn't mean he's necessarily on a date.
No, you're right. You're right.
Again, I'm not saying that's not entirely plausible because it is. I love when they were around the campfire and Meredith was.
Wait, we're not there yet.
Oh,
First, we have to go fly fishing and kayaking.
Okay.
Yeah. So Angie has fly fishing planned and kayaking, and the ladies split up. Fly fishing is Brittany, Mary, Meredith, and Angie. Kayaking is Whitney, Bronwyn, and Heather. So I don't know if you remember when Mary was fly fishing and she's talking to Dusty. She couldn't get his name for one.
She kept calling him Gusty.
Gusty.
With a G.
Yeah. And she thought that if you kill a fish, you could bring it back to life.
Yeah, what was that? What was she
That was
talking
just odd.
about?
It was just odd.
It was very odd. So over kayaking, Whitney decides that Bronwyn and Heather really need to make up. So she puts them together in the kayak, and she's in the kayak by herself. Well, Heather's in the front of the kayak, and Bronwyn is behind her. And Bronwyn's like, okay, this is how we make up. Like, you know, I'm stuck behind Heather. And, you know, I'm just doing whatever she wants me to do because I'm stuck, you know, paddling behind her. And then Heather asks the guide if he's ever heard, if this is the place where the legend of Molly Sorensen happened. And he's like, yeah. And then she tells us a little bit about Molly Sorensen. She was a fundamentalist Mormon, and she'd come up to this area where like girls and boys would make out and sin with their boyfriends, and she would kidnap them and sacrifice them. Okay.
And the guy knew all about it.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was funny. Right when they said that, I was like, okay, now I get the Blair Witch thing. Now it's making sense. Now it's making sense.
Yes.
Okay, now we're at the fire.
Now we're
at the fire. Now the ladies are at the fire making dinner.
Yes.
So what were you going to say happened to the fire?
Just when Meredith and Brittany got into it, and Meredith turns around and says, I find you totally uninteresting. I was just
as do we, Meredith.
Yes.
As do we.
Most people on the planet. Yeah, but I just thought that was really funny.
That's hysterical. I don't even know if I heard her say that. That's so
it was
funny.
great. It was just a totally Meredith moment. She just, it was great.
So Angie, in planning this trip, really did not do a good job with the food.
No,
she
not
didn't
a foodie. Angie's not a foodie.
Have buns. She brought asparagus for a campfire and no way to cook them.
Cook it. No condiments.
Actually, I shouldn't say that she's not a foodie because she's Greek, so she probably really is a foodie. Yeah, she probably.
But
really
maybe
is,
that's you know what is part of the shtick. I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, poor Mary. She's like, she's not cooking her food on a stick. She's just gonna
to
starve.
cook a Boca burger on.
A Boca burger on a stick.
She winds up just eating a bagel. She's like, I'll just eat a bagel. I probably, honestly, would have done the same thing. I don't know.
Yes, you definitely would have.
I don't know that I would have.
I don't eat hot dogs, but in that situation, I would have sucked it up and ate a hot dog. I would have had to.
So that's when Heather asked Bronwyn if she ever heard of the creepy stories when she was at BYU, you know, that happened in this canyon. And she's like, yeah, she knew about it. And then Heather starts telling the other ladies about Molly Sorensen. And Mary's like, Molly needs to come fix this food because
Mary said if Molly were true, she would have come and cooked for them.
Yeah.
Heather asked if it would be like this if Lisa was here. And Angie asked that. Would it be
Angie thinks Heather and Bronwyn were getting along because Lisa wasn't there and Heather's acting more like herself. And Heather got upset over that.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. Brittany and Whitney start going at each other, and Brittany asked Whitney, like, why did you say that I sucked Jared's dick for money? And Whitney's like, well, after you came after my business, I came after you. Like, you're the one who came after me. And then Whitney really opened up. She's like, listen, I had a business and it failed. And Justin went all in. He was there with me. And now we have nothing. I don't have a business that's pending lawsuits, that's in legal turmoil. I had to fire 30 employees. Like, this is real shit that's going on, you know?
Yeah.
I failed at something I was really excited about. Like, it was successful. And then, like, we screwed it up. Somehow we screwed it
Yeah,
up.
I was just going to say, like, do we know what happened?
Well, I'm sure it didn't help with that whole Alibaba thing.
Right.
I mean, I'm
right.
sure that did not help her at
No,
all.
you're
Because
absolutely
I'm sure
right.
people were like, well, fuck this. I'm not buying this jewelry if I can get it on like Alibaba for,
And that was all Meredith and Heather, or Meredith and Lisa. Like, who did that? Meredith was definitely involved.
we never figured it was never figured
That was
out
the
who did
whole
that.
Adam thing.
That was the whole Adam thing. But I did hear it was something to do with they had some company that was going to like take over their company. And they had like all the papers signed and everything was like ready to go. And then all of a sudden it wasn't. And at that point they had lost everything. Whatever they did to make this deal work, it had something to do with that. I don't know the specifics of it. I will
Yeah.
look it up though to see.
Yeah, that I didn't look up.
But she's like, I don't need my friends, on this girls trip, like bringing up things like that and rubbing it in my face. And Brittany's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know. I'm sorry. She's like, but you were just defending Lisa. Like, it's not even like you had it. Like, this wasn't even for you to talk about. Like, you're coming after me to defend Lisa. It's not
Right,
like I was
just because
coming
she
after
said-
you.
Right.
Bronwyn has backup, she said. She has documents. She has actual court documents. So it's not like just some, hearsay thing we're talking about. There's actual facts out there about what's going on with Lisa. And she's like, I'm not scared to admit it. Like, what I'm alluding to with Lisa, because it's real information. It's not just rumors.
Right.
And Brittany's like, I think that's fair. I'm very, very sorry. She apologizes to Whitney.
And tries to hug her.
And
Whitney
tries
shut
to
that
hug
right
her.
down.
Get
And
away from me.
She's like, no, this is not, like, I'm not ready for this yet. And then she brings it up again about after, like, Whitney, like, opens up her heart to her and, like, pours her soul out in front of everybody. She's like, well, I still want you to apologize
I
for
still
telling
want
me
an
you suck.
apology.
Yeah.
So I don't know when or how this happened, but all of a sudden the trip has become about Brittany, and I can't stand her. So somebody needs to put a stop to it right now. This is what I'm saying. Like,
Kelly's
she's like,
getting all turned up. I love it.
can't take, like, people like this. I don't want them on my TV. This is an ensemble cast, honey. You're a friend of. Stop trying to have every moment. You can have some
Mhm.
moments, but not every moment. And you're trying to have every moment.
She
And
tries
it's driving me
way
up a
too
wall.
hard. She tries way
She's
too hard.
such a tryhard. It's like so annoying.
It is annoying.
And they need to shut it down. These other girls need to shut it down. Like, basically just tell her to shut up. Nobody cares, Brittany. Shut up.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. Nobody does care. And that's what she just tries to bring it back to her.
Right. That's what I mean. All of a sudden this trip has become about her, and I'm not here.
I mean, Heather opens up and says, many business, she's had many losses before Beauty Lab. That
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
and Bronwyn's like, that's where we learn is from the losses. And the ladies are really supporting her. And that's Whitney's point. She's like, if Lisa came to this friend group and was honest with us,
Was honest, yeah.
we would be here to support you. Like these ladies are now supporting me is basically what she was saying. And she's not wrong.
Right.
She's not. Brittany said, I can still give you sympathy and still want an apology. And Meredith said, well, the one person that was kind to you, you turned on. And I'm thinking, wait, Meredith wasn't kind to Brittany.
Maybe she meant
Heather?
no, maybe she meant Whitney was kind to Brittany at some point.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't know what
I
she
don't know.
meant by that. I don't know
Yeah.
what she meant with that.
That's what I was thinking.
So then what happened?
Heather brings up the Molly Sorensen thing again. She's very fixated on this. And Mary says that the black person always dies first in a scary movie. Now, I don't really watch scary movies because I'm a fraidy cat.
I looked
So
that
I
up.
don't know if that's true, but I thought it was hysterical.
I looked it up because I was curious about that too.
She was just so funny how she said it.
So, a big thing for that was they call it the Scream 2 effect. So in 1979, the movie Scream 2 drew attention because they killed two black characters in the opening scene in a deliberate move, and this cemented the black guy dies first idea.
And then Scary Movie was like a spoof on Scream, and they really took that to a whole other level.
Yeah.
So it was valid. It was a valid point she was making.
Yeah, it is definitely a valid point. So because for a long time, black characters were often included in horror films as sidekicks or minor roles, not as central figures to the plot. So then they guess they would be killed off first because then that kind of set the precedence for what's going to happen for the rest of the movie. So she's not wrong.
Well, they
So-
go hunting down Molly Sorensen.
With their camcorders in hand. They all have their camcorders, right?
And the Blair Witch Project continues.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brittany's the worst actress ever.
My gosh.
She was ridiculous. But Meredith, legit seems scared. And then does she fall or something?
She must, yeah.
Somebody falls. How do you know it was Meredith? Because I couldn't figure it out the way those cameras.
I thought it was Meredith too, Cal.
I thought it was Meredith.
I don't know why, but I guess so. Like she
probably was.
I think somebody said, "Oh, Meredith," but because they showed her and she was like, "I want to go home," and then you hear like a crash. So maybe it wasn't, but I thought somebody said like Meredith. But I could be wrong.
So I mean, I'll be honest with you. For a first episode of a season that we've been waiting so long for, I kind of think it sucked.
Yeah,
you did.
I did.
I thought it sucked too.
I thought it sucked. Like I mean, we're opening up with the RV and the camping, and I thought it sucked.
Mind it.
You didn't? I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I couldn't stand Brittany, but listen, people irritate me, obviously, and I do not hide my emotions. So
when we get to see what's coming this season, so we've got Greece that we're going to, we've got the Below Deck coming.
That's going to be amazing.
We've got a tarot card reading.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what's coming, but this first episode I thought was just a bad way to. Not that it was bad. I just didn't think it was great.
Right. Well, all the housewives are, scripted and planned out, the whole thing. But sometimes, if the show's good enough, I can somewhat be fooled. And like I said, there's always those moments that I feel like I'm watching them and I'm like, okay, I don't think that they really meant that to. Like, I even question Brittany's suck dick comment because I feel like she really was, I feel like that kind of just came out of her because she was really.
Whitney said that to Brittany.
Like that it was like I kind of felt that was kind of real. But for some reason for me, this episode seemed like very contrived and very of that made up housewife thing that I always know that it really is.
Sometimes you forget.
But sometimes if it's good, I forget.
Yeah.
But it just seemed the episode just seemed very
I agree with you.
And a little
manufactured
and a little overly dramatic, and it just, I don't know. I'm with Wendy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't love it. Watch What Happens Live was on afterwards.
I saw that.
Angie and Demi Lovato were on.
Talk about hair. Angie's hair on Watch What Happens Live. Oh my God. It looks
She's
so
got great
gorgeous.
hair.
So gorgeous.
Demi Lovato's new album comes out on October 24th. I actually like Demi Lovato, so I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to it. So we find out that Demi actually binged all 5 seasons this year, twice, of Salt Lake City.
See, so I'm not crazy.
No.
Because she watched it once and then she was telling her husband about it and she wanted him to watch it with her and he did. So she watched it twice. Andy did an open the polls. Whose side are you on, Lisa or Angie, Bronwyn, and Whitney? Angie, Bronwyn, and Whitney is one category. That won by 85%.
Yeah.
Did the women go too hard on Lisa behind her back? 70% said no.
Everybody said no.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you dish it, you got to be able to take it.
Yeah, they asked, I guess they asked Angie, who cries the most? Come on. Brittany, of course.
Yes. Did Bronwyn do a good job owning up to her necklace snafu? 80% said yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
would you trust Angie to drive you in an RV? 37% said yes. I don't know that I would trust her either.
I think I would.
They asked the audience, which housewife franchise should Demi Lovato get into next? Because this was like her first one, Salt Lake City.
This is her first Housewives.
This answer to me was very surprising.
So the audience said 27% was the winner with New York City.
Yeah, I
Not
know,
the
right?
new one.
I know, right?
Not the new one.
Well, no, because if you're gonna get into one, you're gonna start from the beginning.
But it sucked.
Okay.
No, but you're gonna start from the beginning. You're gonna start from the beginning.
New York one. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, start with old New York.
Yes, not to start now.
I thought you meant because the new one's current, like start with that one.
Yeah,
it sucks. Yeah. Don't do it.
No. I mean, that's how I understood the question. Like, if you're gonna start
old New York for sure.
If you're gonna start a new like Housewives franchise, like from the beginning, like she did with this one, which one? So 27% said New York. Second place was Miami with 23%. Which I'm surprised because when people ask me, like if I'm going to start watching, I still to this day, I still say Beverly Hills. I say Beverly Hills.
Well, I think Beverly Hills sets the bar for the luxury, but I would say OC because it's what really started Housewives. That was really what Housewives was before it became this.
But I think if you start with OC, you'll be so disappointed because if you see where it started and where it is now.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, Beverly Hills is a good one.
I always tell people Beverly Hills. And the bartender that night was Angie's husband, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
And in the audience was Michaels from Southern Hospitality, as well as Maddie, TJ, and Joe Bradley.
So I guess he and TJ and Joe Bradley are on good terms.
I guess so. Yeah. So that's what we have for Salt Lake City and our recap of City Winery and Virtual Reali-Tea Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You know, I was just thinking about this because I saw a clip. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see Dorinda last night.
I'm not.
But I did see a clip today of her talking to Luann, and she says to Luann, you know, people ask me if I would go back. And she said, I would, but I would only go back with my girls because it was fun. You know, we know each other. We know how, you know, we all tick. She said the way it is now with the bloggers and the backstabbing and the, you know, everything that happens off season, off camera. She's like, that I wouldn't want to do. And I agree with her.
That's interesting because I just saw a clip of her today talking to Danny and Evan from Virtual Reality. And she was kind of saying that she's not in with Bravo anymore, that they're not including her in anything. And if you think about it, they're not.
Yeah.
So.
Or Luann or Sonia, like none of them.
Yeah. No, she's not really in with them.
Wow.
So
what a shame. Because the new New York was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
I thought it was interesting. They had this segment on the Watch What Happens Live where they had like this creepy Mary Sorensen, and Mary Sorensen got to ask questions to Demi Lovato and Angie, and they asked who Angie is the most spooked to meet at BravoCon this year, and she couldn't think of anybody. She couldn't think of, but who do you think she finally came out with?
I don't want to say it because people are going to think, you know, Teresa.
No, she said Heather Dubrow. Oh. She was the most spooked to meet. So I was like, oh, okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah.
Well, she shouldn't be spooked because Heather's a fake and phony, so she'll be super nice to her face. Right. Just don't cross her. You got nothing to worry about.
Right.
Just don't say she called the paparazzi on herself, and you'll be fine.
And you'll be talking about it 4 seasons later.
And she'll be hiring more paparazzi to stop her in the middle of the street on Rodeo Drive to say that she didn't hire the first paparazzi.
Yes.
Yep. That's what's going to happen. Other news this week, while I'm thinking about it, they've kind of announced the spinoff for Summer House in the city. We don't know a lot of details about it, but just the title alone kind of gives it away in the city. And we know that Lindsay's a part of it, and we kind of know that Kyle and Amanda are a part of it. We don't know who else, though.
Andrea, I heard Andrea's
But yes, him and his wife, actually. Him and his wife are a part of it. So I'm excited for that, to be quite honest with you. I'm excited because we've always said that, and that's what I said about New York City. Like that itself is a character. Like there should be a character in these shows to
Yeah,
see.
like I'm definitely gonna watch this. I'm not the biggest Kyle Cook fan, but I do think it's time for him to phase out of Summer House. And we have to watch him on something, then I guess this is a good option.
If we have
But
to.
I mean, at this point, just get rid of New York Housewives and let's just have this.
No,
Because you
we're
have a
getting.
cast of people who are already established, people like them, you know.
No, I still want my New York Housewives back.
Well, then they better get some new ones because
I think they're working on it.
I
think
mean,
they're
yeah,
working
but
on it.
they're keeping Jessel, Erin, and Cy.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
Okay, well, I
They're not
am.
great. Jessel I'd watch, but I don't like the other two. I didn't like any of them really. But I'll watch Jessel.
Okay.
All right.
So until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.